What is going on, fellow Wastelanders? Shock Radio here today, and we have some massive news from the devs. They have released planned balance changes from the next update. Now, how massive are these changes? Well, you might recall that video I did where I talked about this is meta. You can put anything on a Gyarados leg and it will be meta. And I pointed out how they were the most expensive movement part in the game, almost 3,000 coin last week. Well, look at this. People are simply reading that they're being nerfed into the ground. We have already seen a 30% reduction in price. Almost a 30% reduction in price. Almost cut in half. 3,000 all the way down to 1,500 coin because they know the big nerf of the Gyarados is coming. So let's take a look at these balance changes and see if the panic is justified, at least for the Gyarados legs. A lot of really exciting things in this planned update. So let's get right into it. So they're changing movement parts. Maybe you remember when they changed the legs before, you couldn't really add tracks and things to legs because legs were classified as a higher movement part than tracks or wheels. So what did people do? They were like, well, devs, we're smarter than you. So they just put hovers on there. I don't know how the devs didn't think of this before. Literally, instead of putting tracks, they just put hovers on their Gyarados so they could reach max tonnage without the extra legs. Well, now the devs were like, haha, we gave you a week or two to have some fun with this. Now hovers are going to be a different height. So mechanical legs are now included in a separate group of the highest movement parts, not including rotors when recalculating tonnage. So you're going to need all legs, well, mechanical legs on your ability if you want that tonnage bonus. And hovers are no longer going to help leg builds with the tonnage. Now the flight altitude of hovers is also reduced when there are other movement parts used together with them. So if you're trying to use anything else with hovers, it's going to sink, and you don't want that. So they're trying to make sure that people cannot exploit using different movement parts with each other. So pretty awesome. And we have changes in controls of tracks and rolling based movement parts and augers. So hopefully augers will get some love. I would love to see augers do well. For all tracks, rolling based movement parts and augers, reduced friction parameters, increase the maneuverability of vehicles with these movement parts, change the speed of rotation on the spot. Oh, added the ability to quickly switch to rotation on these movement parts. Previously, it was only available after the vehicle had come to a complete stop. What? To do this, you need to completely release the gas and press only the turn key. Improve suspension. Our tracks making a comeback. These look like really good balance changes. If there's a test server, I might have to jump on the test server and give some of this stuff a try on my PC account. What do you guys think? You think I should have a test server live stream if that's something I'm able to do? Let me know in the comments below. Now the power score of all wheels from common to special rarities is, so they basically changed the wheels. So common light, common medium, they have a different power score now. Rare light, rare medium, they have a different power score. Rare heavy. So they basically just simplified the power score. Their comment was, the power score of the wheels were brought to a single format to simplify their further balancing to exclude illogical situations, such as the same power score value of the rare larger wheel and the special double wheel. That makes sense. Okay, so when I read this at first, I thought they were changing the rarity of the wheels, but they're just readjusting the power score and balancing out the power score of these wheels. So that's actually not too bad. All right, they updated the parameters of resistance to various types of structural parts. This one, guys, I'm honestly not gonna completely read through. All right, let's take a look. So it looks like they're increasing all of the resistances. I'm not gonna read through every one of them like individually, but they're basically increasing all of the resistances, it looks like. So bullet resistance increasing, explosion resistance increasing, thermal, all of that is actually getting increased on structural parts. Lightweight parts now have the best durability to mass ratio. They always had that, didn't they? Like, what do you mean? The heavier the faction parts are, the lower this ratio is. We'd like to correct the situation. They're correcting it in an indirect way because the same ratio can either severely weaken vehicles with primarily lightweight parts or conversely greatly strengthen heavy builds. Now, the heavier the faction, the higher the damage resistance value of its part. This way, lightweight parts have a good ratio of durability to mass and approximately the same survivability against different types of weapons. Heavy parts, on the other hand, have a lower durability to mass ratio, but will have a better choice against different types of damage. So that's interesting. So basically, yeah, all the lightweight parts have low bonuses. all the heavy parts have bigger bonuses. That's pretty cool. All right, changes in parameters of parts and co-drivers. Lapara damage reduced by 15%. This might be the first time in a very long time they were like, man, those white colored weapons, we really need to stop the madness. So they're, I guess, trying to nerf down steel clubbing, I guess. The efficiency of this weapon is too high. The shotgun was almost identical to the sledgehammer in terms of damage dealt. Yeah, but it did come off with a strong wind of air, a strong gust of air. So that, you know, there's always that. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, ammo pack and expanded ammo pack. This makes sense. Now ammo packs don't increase the amount of fuel in boosters. With the next update, it can be done using a special module. Not a fan. That means that my Leviathan needs this special module. That means that I need to put something else explosive on my Leviathan. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Why you do this, Gaijin? Why you do this to me? Anyway, Icarus 7s. Oh, a hover nerf, boys. A hover nerf. I love hovers. I'm gonna cry a little bit inside. Increased inertia when turning. Speed reduced from 90 to 85. So increased inertia when turning for the Icarus 4s as well. So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That handbrake trick where you can just hold the handbrake and then pivot quickly left and right. That's not going to be as prominent anymore. Juking dogs is not going to be quite as prominent anymore. The increase in inertia should reduce turning sharpness and make a vehicle with hovers more difficult to control. Reducing the speed of hovers is aimed at making other epic movement parts more competitive against them. All right, so as long as they're doing this to the Gyarados legs, we're good. But, you know, this might be bad. Might be bad. They should get nerfed. Okay, fine. I use hovers. They need to be nerfed. It's okay. I accept my fate. All right, Gyarados legs are also getting the mighty nerf hammer. Speed has been reduced from 70 to 65. Maybe now I can get away from them in a hover build. Like, for fuck's sake. They reduced the surface grip. Now the power with these legs has become easier to push. Yeah! Increased inertia when turning. I don't know how much that's going to affect it anyway. It's probably going to affect it severely, but I didn't use legs enough to, like, feel the inertia anyway. Durability reduced. Oh my god, the Gyarados have fallen, people. So yeah, basically the Gyarados are, goodbye, Gyarados. They might not be goodbye. I say this, like, facetiously, because they're probably still going to be good, but we'll see, man. This is huge. They are showing other legs love. Oh my god, I might be able to bring my Bigrams back. Dude, ML200's durability increased from 750 to 790. Epic Bigram durability, 600 to 660. Added 25% resistance to explosion damages. Oh my god. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Could Bigrams make a comeback? Could they make a comeback? I have 10 fused Bigrams. I am ready. You know what I don't have 10 of? Gyarados legs. Let's go. Atom wheels. Okay. Power penalty reduced to 15%. That's pretty cool. I don't really see atom wheels ever used, so like hopefully this makes them more used. I don't know. Oh, no way. Bigfoot durability increased from 565 to 730. Mass is also increased though. Oh no. No, my Leviathan has all Bigfoots, dude. Like, I'm gonna have to change my Leviathan armor now. It's gonna be overweight. But that's actually insane. Bigfoots are like the most durable wheel part in the game, so like, that's nuts. We significantly increased the durability of Bigfoots in exchange for making them noticeably heavier. We like the heavy and large wheels to be durable and playable or more than just fast cars. A side note the dev forgot to put in there is they said Bigfoots are also one of the cheapest movement parts and we need more taxes in coin. So we want to make them more expensive artificially. They forgot to add that part. Omnis, the power score increased. That's all. Omnis are actually really good. I played with a viewer's Omni build yesterday on stream. You can check out that stream, by the way. And it was really fun, actually, like at low PS, as it says. So they're just trying to make sure that you can't seal club with Omni builds. Makes sense. I do see Omnis like primarily in lower power score. So we'll see how that plays out. Dude, small tracks go 95 now, and the power penalty reduced. Oh my god. I have few small tracks, people. I can use small tracks. We might be trying some small tracks with this update, ladies and gentlemen. Reinforced track maximum speed from 75 to 80. Power penalty reduction. They're making tracks good. Is this going to be the era of tracks? Do you think this is enough to make like tracks viable? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Sleipnir also getting a speed increase from 80 to 85. Power penalty reduced from 20 to 15%. Armored track, same thing. They're just increasing the speed and reducing the power. Tank track, same thing. Goliath, same things. Comment all tracks, least popular. Absolutely. Maybe they've been watching my videos because that's like, I talk shit about tracks all the time. The change is additional to the aforementioned physics and control changes, which are designed to increase the dynamics of track. I'm excited to try out some tracks now. I tried a Goliath track like once yesterday on stream and it was miserable. Hopefully this will be less miserable. I don't know. Catalina is getting a nerf. Yes. Yes. Down with cookie cutter meta. Yes. All right. I guess they got their money out of the pack sales for Catalina, so it's time to give it the nerf hammer. Reduce the damage of all mounted weapons by 15% instead of 17%. As damage is dealt with any weapon, the weapon's maximum damage increases by 7% instead of 8%. Very nice. The perk's effect stacks no more than once every 4.5 seconds instead of every 4 seconds. Wow! That is a big nerf, guys. I feel that's a big nerf. Yeah, that's kind of huge, right? Like, I feel that's a big nerf. Oh no, what are they doing to the Blight? The perk now also adds 0.5% to the part's heat level from flame weapons. The distance required to charge the perk has been reduced, and the perk damage bonus reduced. That is a big damage reduction, guys. 15% less damage for using your Blight Cabin. That's massive. Honestly, like as a Firebug user, the green flame is so effective. That's huge. I wonder how this is going to affect it. The part's heat level, I guess that's going to be... Please note that 0.5% to heating level means that if a flamethrower heats a part by 0.5% for a single infliction of damage, it will heat it by 1% in the same amount of time under the effect of the Blight perk. Cool. So hotter parts mean more damage. We also increase the damage of flamethrowers so that their damage remains the same when affected by the cabin's perk. What? 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 They increase the... What? Increase the flamethrower damage? What are you smoking, devs? We're gonna find it. We're gonna keep reading on to find out what the hell's going on here. Added a perk while the cabin's built-in melee weapon is active. The damage of other saws mounted on the car is increased by 25%. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So you're gonna be able to like put melee weapons on the Cerberus and get a melee buff on top of a Tormentor? I bet the Cerberus price is probably going through the roof right now. Icebox, baby! I have a Typhoon Icebox build. I am looking forward to this. Increase the damage bonus for weapons with limited aiming angles from 15 to 20%. Extra 5% on my Typhoon shots. Yes, please. Added a 4% bonus to the rotation speed of such weapons. 40% rotation speed of my Typhoons. Oh, yeah. I don't... why? Why would you even add that? Like, the whole point of the Icebox is like weapons that can't really turn. I don't know. You know... Is what it is. That seems very pointless. Let me know in the comments below how pointless you think that Icebox perk is. Hug and power reduced by 9%. Mass increase. Mass limit increase. What? Okay, power reduced. Okay. And the mass increase. I thought it was getting a buff. For some reason, I read that backwards. Like, okay, Huggin is getting a bit of a nerf. Extremely effective. Like, honestly, the Huggin is for just tanking stuff. So, like, let's go. Like, now it's going to be a little slower. So the Huggin, those stupid Huggin undermounted shotgun builds, they're finally going to see the death that they deserve. Finally. I should have did a video about that. Screw the Garrett meta. That Huggin undermounted shotgun meta was really annoying yesterday. So yeah, we're probably going to see less goblins and gremlins on the Huggin cabinet, it looks like. Yokai damage increase? Are you kidding me? In the right hands, like, yokais are actually insane. In the right hands in clan battles. This is going to be used in clan battles now. I guarantee, like, we're going to see yokai builds in clan battles. No way we don't. No way we don't. No way we don't. especially if there's more hovers in clan battles. Maybe there won't be more hovers, but the yokai used to be really, really good against hovers when they were all hover teams. Really good. They would just completely demolish the undercarriage of hovers. Moving on. Kesar added hit damage, 65 points, and 50% penetration ability. Durability also increased. Much needed. Kesars I've never been a fan. Too big, too bulky. Didn't do much for me. So this is going to be awesome. Akari! Yes! Down with Leviathan meta. The effect of the perk now deals damage only to structural parts. So if you're unfamiliar, this thing, you just shoot a car with it, and the build you shot reduced the durability by like 10%. Insane. Like every time you hit, it would be like, it would lose like a couple percent durability to the whole car. So you shoot a 10,000 durability Leviathan, it sucks. It really sucks. So damage increased from 0.6% to 1.2. Okay, that's not cool. I don't like that. What are you doing? You lost me. I like the top perk. I don't like this. The durability of the part after which damage stops being dealt has been reduced from 25%, 10%. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna have to read the comments. Akari is an extremely effective weapon, and it's fairly simple to use after the changes. The ballista will remain effective against strong vehicles in terms of armor weakening, but will no longer affect the important parts. That's not good. So it's going to be more effective and remain strong against armor weakening, but like my whole build is going to crumble. I don't know if I like this. What do you guys think? Am I missing something? Are they making the Akari like secretly better here? I guess the only way to tell is by looking at the market price. If the Akari is dropping in price, then they're getting nerfed. It sounds like it's a slight buff, though, honestly. I don't know. Sounds like a little bit of a buff. Reduce the optimal distance to 200 meters. Very nice. So pyres are a little bit not so good in armored aircraft when the battle takes place at a long distance. So, you know, now they're increasing the range of pyres. That's cool. Damage of Remedy increased by 13%. Remedies really weren't that strong to begin with, but now with the damage of flamethrowers being increased due to the changes of the blight, I have some thoughts on that, but we'll get to my big thoughts when we get to the firebug nerf or the firebug buff, and why I think this might be a really bad idea. Now the flock, this one I may have misread earlier, but durability reduced from 105 to 41, added 65% resistance to explosive damage. Ammunition increased. Active range has also increased. So it's no secret that the flock was more often used not for its intended purposes, but as a good option for armoring a vehicle. With these changes, we increase the effectiveness against homing rockets, but remove its armor status for which the part was not intended in the first place. So they're basically lowering the durability of it so people aren't using it as armor. Now, one thing people are doing with this, and I don't think they fixed it, maybe it's not a bug, maybe they like it. I noticed firebug builds had flocks on the back of their car. I was like, why the hell would you have a flock on the back of your firebug build? It doesn't make sense. Well, it was durable before, so they were using its armor in the back. There's another perk of having a flock on your car. When all your weapons are gone, except for one flock, it will no longer show that you have been disarmed by an enemy. Normally, if you lose all your weapons, the right of the screen pops up disarmed, and everybody knows you have no guns, you're not a threat, either kill you quick or move on. Well, if you have the flock on your car and you lose your weapons, but still have a flock, which is technically a weapon, it won't show disarmed. So that firebug that's on you, you got his firebug, you got his splash, you disarmed him. Well, normally you might move on to the next firebug or change targets. Well, if he has a flock, you're not going to know. So you're just going to keep shooting him until he's gone and spend that extra time on that build. So, interesting to see these changes. The thirst is, I know Hoffy is so happy right now. I know Hoffy is happy. Damage increased by 8%. Number of charges increased from 7 to 10. My man loves the Thyrsus. He's just waiting for his moment to use it in clan battles. I'm excited for you, Hoffy. Starfall damage increased by 10%. Durability also increased. Yeah, I mean, they're not... I wasn't impressed by the Starfall, so we'll see. I mean, it did whoop my ass in heli mode, but... yeah, let's see how this affects it. Also, a buff to the dove. Energy drain reduced from 7 to 6. Whole reduction in energy points. That's nuts. Power score reduced from 28 to 24. Damage increased by 25%. This thing might be deadly. What in the hell? That's quite the buff. Less energy, 25% damage, power score reduction. Like what? That's nuts. I am curious to see how many more people use that. Heather. Heather is significantly more effective than the Mandrake, so they're nerfing it to the ground. Cooldown increased from 10 to 16 seconds. Projectile speed reduced by 10%. Don't know why they would do that. Like, the only thing they're going to do here is make both of these useless. That's what they did. That's what the devs did. They're like, oh, the Heather's being used and the Mandrake isn't? Well, let's nerf the Heather. So now no one will use the Mandrake or the Heather. And the Heather was like only good in Levy Wars. So literally, they're nerfing like something that only like 5 people in the game even use effectively. Comment below if you think I'm way off on this, but this seems like very backwards. Reloading time reduced from, oh, okay, from 1 second to 0.3 seconds. What? What? Okay, I take it back. I take it back instantly. We have machine gun Mandrake. That is fucking nuts. I think that's nuts. Is that going to be nuts? We're going to find out. I might have to try the test server for these machine gun Mandrakes. Assembler, charging time reduced. Reloading time increased. Okay. So playing the assembler will be more comfortable, at the same time will not affect its damage per second. Okay, that makes sense. Fine, I'll take it. Seemed weird. Pulsar added hit damage, 78 points, and 50% penetration ability. Durability also increased. Same thing they did to the Kesar a little bit there. So maybe the Pulsars will be used more. Probably one of the most least used legendary weapons in the game. So we'll see. Why are they they're buffing Hurricane? Get out of here. Optimal. Oh, they're not. They're nerfing. Oh, they're nerfing it. Optimal range reduced. Good. Thank God. Draco damage increased by 13%. This is nuts. Again, we're going to talk about more of this, why I think this damage increase is nuts when we get to the firebug. But this is nuts. But why? Yokozuna, speed increased from 65 to 67. Very nice. Mass reduced from 45 to 3,500 kilometers. Yokozuna could be good. Do you guys use the Yokozuna? I don't. Maybe we'll see it more often. We're down to the firebug. Damage increased by 13%. So why do I think this is a bad idea? As someone that runs triple fused firebugs. Well, back when it was a lot of dogs. I don't know why. I can't really remember why, but a lot of people started using Kami firebugs. Now, what that does is you hit the Kami button and you are no longer affected by heat damage. So like a Mastodon, a Helicon, another fire dog would do like 200% less damage to you because your parts weren't getting heated. So what is going to happen now that they're nerfing the blight into the ground, but at the same time they're buffing the damage of flamethrowers? I guarantee we're going to see a return to the old school, not old school, but the older Kami firebugs. Like that's the first thing I'm going to try now is my triple Kami firebug. Guarantee. I still have my Blade Firebug, but I guarantee you're going to see more Firebugs on like a Kami build. It's going to be wild. So they're changing the code driver Grizzly. The talent is now activated after 2 hits to the cabin instead of 3 hits. The effect lasts 6 seconds instead of 4. So Grizzly is going to be more OP. More armor, more long time being armored. Very nice. So what do you guys think of these balance changes? They have the test server. Let me know if I should try to host a live stream with the test server. I might be able to do it without my computer melting. Not really sure though. But yeah, these changes are crazy. I'm really excited for the firebug changes, obviously. The Akari changes, the Gyarados changes. I'm excited for almost all of these changes. So what do you think in the comments below? Let me know. And also, I want to give a shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you for joining the channel and supporting the work we do here. It really means a lot. If you would like to become a channel member and get a bunch of perks, movie nights, game nights, all kinds of fun stuff, hit that join button below my video and become a channel member today to help out a small creator. And I will see you guys in the next video.